Hey everyone, I'm Nico Chief Bricks and welcome back to another LEGO mock video. I'm doing one of my favorite things to do, and that is build a clone base. I love building clone bases. There's so much variety and different types of bases that you can build. For this specific clone base, I'm attempting to build kind of like a gate wall with some structures on the inside and a large force of clones in the base. And I'm going to be using 2 base plates, so I'm very excited to get building. But before we get started, go ahead and lightsaber slash that like button. And without further ado, let's get in the building. So first, what I wanted to do was trace exactly like how big I wanted the base to be. And I had some pillars in mind, so I put some tiles to show where I would put those pillars. And then I started building up the wall of the clone base. And then I also left a pretty sizable entrance to the base, so there was enough space to fit a pretty big clone force walking out of it. And I alternated some modified brick pieces so I can attach some exterior details. Here are the big slope pieces that I built for the base. I built 3 in dark bluish gray and 2 in light bluish gray, and I would put them in front on each side of the wall, connecting into the wall itself that I would build over. I then built a layer of red plates and then continued building up the wall for that Republic color. And then it was time to work on the interior of the base. So I wanted 2 structures, one on the left side to be a barracks. I didn't do a complete building. I left the back open so it's viewed from the outside. And then it was time to build the roof. And I wanted to just tile it all off, add a little bit of red there for some Republic color, and then add some generators on top of it. And then I added some defenses to the build, of course. And for the left side of the base, I wanted there to be a command center, and I pretty much wanted it to take up the entire left side of the base. So I used pretty much all my bricks for this build, and I added some slopes on the outside just for some added detail and a little bit more to the structure rather than it just being, just a flat rectangle, I went ahead and also did 1 layer full of dark bluish gray plates, and I alternated between light bluish gray and dark bluish gray just to add a little bit of design to the command structure. I wanted this command structure to be not too tall to go over the gate or wall, but I wanted it to be tall enough, so I pretty much had enough bricks to do that. And I went ahead and tiled off the roof so it could be modular. And like the barracks, I put a bunch of light bluish gray parts, sprinkled in some plates as well to add some generators or an antenna as well, and I sprinkled in some dark red tiles for that Republic color. I did it in like a line pattern alternating between light bluish gray and dark red just for a little bit of a design and, just to make it look cool. And I went ahead and added an antenna and a generator there as well. And now it was time to work on the exterior of the base, which was going to be grasslands. So I plated off the entire section of the base plate left to do, and then I started adding in some plant work and trying to figure out what I wanted to do exactly. So I started off with putting them up against the wall, these specific 3-stemmed plant pieces. Heading back into the interior, I made sure to sprinkle in some canisters of fuel just around, and I didn't have enough tiles to tile off the entire base, but I made sure to fill this empty space with a bunch of clone troopers. Here is the full finished clone base on Naboo. The base was created to have a presence on Naboo, as Naboo is one of the planets in the Republic, so the Republic wanted some presence on here with a pretty sizable clone base and a large clone force. And for this force, it's none other than the 501st Legion, led by Captain Rex there at the front. So here, of course, is the entrance to the base with the archway leading over the, kind of gate structure. And then here are a closer look at the slopes on each side as the kind of structure detail on the exterior. And then on each side as well is just some more exterior detail, some armor plating or some fortifications there on the right side, just to add some extra layers to the just slick wall. Here on the left side is a regular turret, which I have used in previous mocks. It's a pretty simple design, and it can swivel 360 degrees to fire at any opposition that the clone base faces. And then here on the right side is a modified version of the turret on the left. This one more is a missile turret, using some of the cone pieces connected to the round bricks as some cylinders. So I wanted to do a missile turret so it fires 4 missiles at a time at the droids, and it is a bit taller than the other one to fit those 4 barrels, but I really do like the way it came out, and like the other one, it can swivel 360 degrees. On the right side of the base with the clone barracks, here in the front are 2 501st clone troopers. Both have like a sash around them that holds a blaster on the back of them. The cloth is from the Cape Cantina. The cloth is exceptional, and I really do love the way it looks on these clone troopers, but they're just having a conversation before they go in and get armored up for whatever mission that they have for today. And then on the top of the barracks are just some vents and numerous industrial workings just for some detail for the roof, and then some fortifications as well. Inside the barracks are a bunch of crates on the right side with a bunch of thermal detonators for the clone troopers to arm themselves with. Here's a clone trooper actually going to this crate to get some. And on the left side are 2 weapon racks filled with a bunch of blasters for the clone troopers to arm themselves with. This is the armory section of the barracks, with the other half being off the screen as where they sleep or eat. So I put some fuel canisters around the base just to fill out a little bit of the empty space, and then I put a wire connecting to the wall, maybe fueling the turrets or just the overall energy of the base. Moving on to the left side of the base, this structure is the command center where all the information and missions are planned. On the rooftop is an antenna which is connected to this ball joint, so it allows to move it any which way. This is the second time that I've used this technique. It is a very useful one for doing antennas. And then there is a generator here on the side that powers up the command center. The roof is fully modular, so it can just come off easily to reveal the interior of the command center. So the main hologram table here is the main section of this interior. It is a design which came from Lego Men 360. It is an awesome design. I love it so much, and this is the second time that I'm using it because it is that good and very detailed. And then to the left of it is some more control panels and screens for the clone troopers to look at info. And then on the other side are some more control panels and screens, as a command center needs a bunch of them. I have various clone troopers working and walking around the base. Just, this is just another day in the Republic. And then here in the middle of the base heading out is 20 501st clone troopers led by Captain Rex. Maybe doing a patrol, or they've gotten a distress call or something, but they are mobilizing and exiting the base, and it is a pretty big force as well. And then the main exterior of the base is just littered with a bunch of grass pieces, as Naboo is a heavily grassland planet. I used 3 specific plant pieces, and I alternated them throughout the entire exterior in a kind of evenly pattern. Here we have one of the 3 big leaf pieces mixed with the 3 stemmed leaf pieces, and then we have the small 3 stemmed leaf pieces, with those taking majority of the grasslands. And then there are just a bunch of them littered throughout the entire area of the outside of the base, but it looks very detailed. I really wanted to cover up most of the grasslands, not leave it empty at all, so I pretty much used every leaf piece that I have in my collection. And then I added some pipes on the exterior of the base. I had a very fun experience building this specific clone base, especially building this archway for the gate and the 2 structures in the back. I think this is definitely the largest clone base that I have built to date, and it was just nice to experiment with some different structures and plans and layout for the actual base itself. Comment down below if you have any mocks that you want to see me build, or whatever else you'd want to see, but that is it for this video. Go ahead and lightsaber slash that like button, and hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel so you do not miss any more LEGO Star Wars content. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.